You don't have a motivation problem. You have a silent agreement with weakness. And every single day, you are signing that agreement again. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in whispers. And those whispers are slowly destroying your discipline. There was a young man named Armand. He wasn't lazy. At least, that's what he told himself. He had dreams, big ones. He wanted to wake up early, get fit, build something of his own, make his parents proud. Every night, he planned his next day like a warrior preparing for battle. But every morning, he lost. Not to the world, to a thought. The alarm would ring at 5:30 a.m. His eyes would open, and then it came. Soft, calm, reasonable. Sleep a little more. You worked hard yesterday. You can start tomorrow. It didn't feel like failure. It felt harmless. So he turned off the alarm. 5 minutes became 30. The workout didn't happen. The book stayed closed. The business idea remained an idea. And that night, guilt arrived. Heavy, silent, crushing. He would stare at the ceiling and promise himself, tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow always sounded the same. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Nothing dramatic happened. No explosion, no tragedy, just slow decay. His body felt weaker, his confidence smaller, his goals distant. And the worst part? He began to believe this was who he was. Maybe I'm just not disciplined. Maybe I'm not built for hard things. The silent thought was no longer just a suggestion. It had become his identity. One evening, while walking home, Armand noticed an old man sitting on a bench in the park. The man was holding a small mirror, not looking at his face, just holding it. Curious, Armand sat beside him. The old man handed him the mirror and said, "Look carefully." Armand saw his tired eyes, his slouched posture. The old man spoke softly. "Every time you break a promise to yourself, this person changes." Armand said nothing. The old man continued. "Discipline is not about waking up early. It is about keeping your word to the man in the mirror." Then he placed the mirror back in Armand's hands and walked away. No long speech, no lecture, just that sentence. That night, Armand couldn't sleep, not because of guilt, but because of awareness. He realized something terrifying. The silent thought wasn't just delaying his actions, it was rewriting who he believed he was. Every "not today" was carving weakness into his identity. Every delay was teaching his brain, this man quits when it gets uncomfortable, and the brain learns fast. The next morning, the alarm rang again, 5:30 a.m. The whisper returned, "Sleep more." But this time, something was different. Armand didn't fight the thought, he observed it. He realized, this voice is not me, it is just a habit, and habits can be broken. His heart was racing, his body was heavy, but he sat up. Not because he felt motivated, because he decided to become someone who keeps his word. That first morning wasn't powerful, it was awkward, messy, uncomfortable, but it was honest. For the first time in months, he respected the man in the mirror, and something small but powerful shifted inside him. He stopped asking, "How do I feel?" and started asking, "Who am I becoming?" The silent thought that destroys your discipline isn't dramatic. It doesn't scream, "Quit." It whispers, "Later." And every time you agree, you are not just delaying a task, you're voting for a weaker version of yourself. Discipline is not built in motivation. It is built in moments when you don't feel like acting, but act anyway. You don't become disciplined in one big decision. You become disciplined in small, boring, uncomfortable choices. One alarm, one workout, one page, one promise kept. That's how identity changes, not loudly, but consistently. Right now, there's a whisper in your life. Maybe it says, "Start next week. You're not ready. It's too hard." Listen carefully. That voice is not your enemy, but agreeing with it is. The next time it appears, don't argue, don't overthink. Just stand up and prove to yourself that you are someone who keeps their word. Because the man in the mirror is always watching, and he is waiting for you to become stronger. If this story touched you, like, share, and subscribe for more stories.